Inside every person is a dormant power, a giant waiting to be awakened. But most drift through life, guided by fear, habits, and stories they never chose. True change begins the moment you take back control. These 6 principles aren't just lessons. They're keys to unlocking the strength, clarity, and purpose that's always been within you. If you're ready to stop settling and start living deliberately, this is where the shift begins. 1. Take control of your decisions. Every moment you're making decisions, consciously or not, that shape your destiny. The quality of your life comes down to the decisions you make daily. Whether it's your health, relationships, or finances, everything begins with a choice. Many people drift through life letting circumstances decide for them. But when you decide with purpose, you start creating your future instead of reacting to it. Even choosing not to decide is still a decision, with consequences. You don't need to know everything to begin, you just need to take a step forward. Deciding to commit, to grow, or to change gives you instant power. You stop being a victim and start becoming the creator of your life. One strong decision can shift your direction entirely. When you make new decisions based on your values and vision, you unlock a new path. Real-life example. A 35-year-old accountant felt stuck in a job he disliked. One morning, he decided to apply for a digital marketing course and committed to studying 1 hour daily. Within a year, he had transitioned into a remote marketing role, doubling his income and reigniting his passion for work. 2. Change your beliefs. Change your life. Your beliefs act like filters for how you interpret the world. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll find proof everywhere. But beliefs aren't facts. They're just patterns you've accepted as truth. Changing them begins with questioning them. Ask, is this belief helping or hurting me? Empowering beliefs expand your possibilities. They allow you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Once you identify a limiting belief, replace it with one that supports your goals. This isn't about blind optimism. It's about freeing yourself from mental chains. Beliefs can come from childhood, culture, or past failures, but they can be rewritten. Think of beliefs like mental software. Update the outdated code. Surrounding yourself with different people and perspectives helps challenge your old scripts. When your beliefs evolve, so does your identity. You begin living up to your new standards. Real-life example. A woman who always believed she was terrible at public speaking changed her mindset by reframing past failures as learning steps. She joined a local Toastmasters group, practiced weekly, and eventually landed a job as a corporate trainer. 3. Condition yourself with repetition and emotion. Change doesn't stick through willpower alone. It requires conditioning. Just like muscles grow through repetition, so do empowering thoughts and habits. Pairing repetition with strong emotion creates lasting impact. This is how athletes, performers, and leaders train themselves to excel. You can program your mind with new behaviors by linking them to pleasure and disassociating from pain. Repetition builds confidence, and confidence fuels momentum. But most people give up too early. They stop before new habits take root. You must practice even when it feels uncomfortable. Celebrate small wins to anchor positivity. Use visualization and affirmations to reinforce your identity. Emotion is the fuel, so feel it deeply as you rehearse the new you. Eventually, the unfamiliar becomes second nature. Mastery comes from doing it again and again. Real-life example. An introverted entrepreneur struggled with sales calls. He began each day visualizing a confident version of himself, practiced pitches in front of a mirror, and rewarded himself after each call. Within 3 months, he closed more deals than ever before. 4. Focus equals power. Where focus goes, energy flows. Most people focus on what they fear or lack, which keeps them stuck. But if you train your focus on what you want, your brain starts seeking solutions. You can't control everything, but you can control what you pay attention to. Focus determines your emotional state. Focus on gratitude, and you'll feel empowered. Focus on failure, and you'll feel defeated. What you repeatedly think about shapes your future. By redirecting your mental spotlight, you can shift from helplessness to clarity. Use questions to guide your focus. Ask, what's great about this? Or, what can I do right now? Training focus is a daily discipline. Meditation, journaling, and goal reviews help sharpen it. If your mind is a lens, Focus is how you adjust it to get the clearest picture. Your future follows what you consistently focus on. Real-life example. After losing her job, a single mother chose to focus on possibilities rather than panic. She listed her skills, reached out to contacts, and found a freelance writing gig within 2 weeks. Her focus on action, not fear, changed everything. 5. Raise your standards. The fastest way to change your life is to raise what you demand of yourself. Most people settle not because they can't achieve more, but because they've accepted less. When you raise your standards, you redefine what is acceptable in your life. This could mean not tolerating toxic relationships, poor health, or mediocre effort. It's not about perfection, it's about refusing to settle. Your standards shape your identity. Once you say, "I must," instead of "I should," everything changes. It shifts from preference to necessity. This internal demand drives new behaviors. To make it real, you must back it with rituals and habits. Every breakthrough begins with a higher standard. People don't rise to their goals, they fall to their standards. Raise them, and your life will follow. Real-life example. A man tired of always being just okay with his fitness raised his standard by signing up for a Spartan race. He trained consistently, cleaned up his diet, and lost 25 pounds, finishing the race stronger than ever. 6. Use pain and pleasure strategically. Human behavior is driven by two forces: avoiding pain and seeking pleasure. Understanding this lets you change your actions with precision. Most people are reactive. They move away from pain only when it becomes unbearable. But if you associate massive pain with bad habits and pleasure with new behaviors, you gain leverage. Pain and pleasure aren't just reactions, they can be rewired. Your brain will do whatever it takes to avoid pain, even sabotage progress. So, link short-term pain to bad choices and long-term pleasure to better ones. Be vivid and emotional about the consequences. Use this awareness to build lasting motivation. You can train your mind to feel good about progress and bad about stagnation. The more often you do this, the more natural it becomes. This is not manipulation, it's self-mastery. With it, you can guide your behavior like never before. Real-life example. A smoker desperate to quit associated cigarettes with images of disease and guilt about missing his kid's future. He also visualized the pleasure of breathing freely and living longer. Within 2 months, he quit smoking. So remember this, your life doesn't change by chance, it changes by choice. These 6 principles aren't just ideas. They're tools to rebuild, refocus, and reignite the fire in you. The giant within you isn't gone, it's just been quiet. But now you know how to wake it. Choose power over fear. Choose growth over comfort. And most of all, choose to live wide awake. Thanks for watching this episode of Book in Minutes and giving your time to something that could truly shift your life. If even one of these principles spoke to you, hold on to it and start applying it today. The change begins now, not someday. If this inspired you, feel free to like, share, or follow for more content that empowers your journey. Until next time, stay awake, stay driven, never stop growing, and click that subscribe button.